Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining us. We have on the telephone, we have Mike McLaurin. Mike, welcome.
Thank you, Dan. It's good to talk to you.
Good to talk with you. Now, you are the proprietor of the Cliff House, you and your wife and your family there. Tell us a little bit about the Cliff House for those people that don't know anything about it.
Well, the Cliff House was established in 1967 and has been in business since as a restaurant, gift shop, and a motel. Arkansas Democrat Gazette says we are above where the birds fly. And we serve, sir?
You're above where the birds fly.
Above where the birds fly. We're sitting 2,100 feet above sea level overlooking Arkansas's Grand Canyon.
And you have an awesome view. I think we have some video of that we're going to show during the interview here.
Great.
But you were lucky that you're not the original owner, but you bought this several years ago. Is that right?
That is correct, Dan. We bought it 6 years ago. We're in our 6th season this year, and business is great. The food's good, the view's good. We got a great staff, and everybody just pulls together here. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. I tell people you can come up here and eat and heal up. You know.
Exactly. How long is your season, Mike?
We open every year on March the 17th, and we run through what we call peak leaf season, which is usually the first weekend in November. However, if the leaves, continue to hang on the trees and people are still traveling, we are open until the leaves fall.
Oh, wow. Good. That's a good long time.
Yeah, about 8 months. We're 7 days a week. We are 8 to 3, Sunday through Thursday, and 8 to 8, Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
And you're located Highway 7 South.
Yes, sir. We are 6 miles south of Jasper on Highway 7, on Scenic 7. We are right on Scenic 7.
Yeah. Now, you get people coming in to see you from all over the world, don't you?
Dan, we are global. We have a lot of people from Germany and the Ukraine. We've seen this year many people from the Ukraine. A lot of people from the Netherlands, a lot of Brits come over. We are global now, and it's really fascinating to be able to entertain people from different cultures and spend some time with them because you learn so much about a part of the world that we never see.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I've seen you work the crowd. You're not necessarily. I don't know if it's an excuse not to be in the kitchen, but you don't spend. It's almost like you don't even work there. You're like you're like the entertainment. You go around to every table and you pull out stories from everyone that's there. Yes,
there's not a shy bone in my body, Dan. Believe me.
That's why I brought that up. Yeah.
No, we love to talk to people. It's a people-oriented business, and if you love people, this is a great business to be in. Yeah. And we do love on a lot of people that come to the Cliff House. We had a man tell us Mother's Day, we had about 156 people waiting in line Mother's Day to eat. No. That's after the restaurant was full. And one of the last customers that walked out turned to me and said, "You made a lot of people happy today." And that kind of brings maybe a fresh perspective to some people on what we do, because part of our job is to be accommodating and to make people happy.
Yeah,
exactly.
And you've been there for 6 years. That you said a lot of people go into the restaurant business and they look at it like it's a chore or drudgery, and it's an exciting lifestyle for you. And it is a lifestyle, isn't it?
That is correct, Dan. It is a fast-paced people business. And there's never a dull moment. We're always entertaining. We're always excited about people coming through the door. We love to greet people when they come in, find out where they're from, spend some time with them before they eat. And it is a people business. And as I said earlier, if you love people, you will love this business.
And we're watching video of you right now from the advertisement that you've got running. And it tells all about, and it shows what the vistas look like out there. And we're actually seeing some of the rooms that you have underneath the restaurant. Tell us a little bit about those.
Right, Dan. We have just remodeled all the rooms. When we bought the Cliff House, the rooms were in need of some repair, and we have put cedar and birch and hickory on the walls. We have built a big observation deck that juts out over the bluff behind the Cliff House. That's brand new. And our motel guests can gather on the deck in the evenings and sit out there and enjoy eagles flying over their head and red-tailed hawks. They see bear. They see all the wildlife that the Ozarks has to offer while they sit on the back deck. All the rooms are furnished with 2 queen beds, carpet, heat, air. We have direct TV. We have ceiling fans, walk-in showers. And actually, Dan, we have 2 decks. We have a sitting deck out by each room that's furnished with cedar furniture. And then we have that big observation deck that juts out over the bluff that's new, I was telling you about, that is furnished with wrought iron furniture. So, you know, the rooms are just gorgeous, and you've got 2 queen pillow top mattresses. In fact, I'll give him a plug right now. We buy all of our mattresses from Harness Manufacturing right there in Harrison.
Good. The view is like none other. It's just absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah, all the rooms face the view. All the rooms have the look. You know, you're facing Arkansas's Grand Canyon as you sit out on the decks and view from the room, or rooms, I should say.
Let's talk about some of the food you have there. I want to. It's almost lunchtime right now, and I'm kind of hungry. So let's talk about food.
Well, today I'm having a prime rib sandwich for a special. It's served on Texas toast. It's grilled in garlic butter with grilled tomatoes covered in olive oil and kosher salt, and then we put a horseradish sauce on there. It's really good. But I guess the Cliff House is probably best known for its what we call Company's Coming Pie, which is the official state pie of Arkansas. A lady named Frances McDaniel owned the Cliff House back between 1969 and 1970 and had the recipe. She sold the Cliff House to a man named Jim Berry. Of course, when he bought the Cliff House, he bought the recipes too. And when she and her husband owned the Cliff House, they had about 4 children working with them. And the kids would go to school in the morning, and she would have them up slicing tomatoes and making pies before school. Well, people got to love this pie and started telling her, because she would be out of it because they couldn't make it fast enough with just so few people working the Cliff House at that time. They would say, now, Miss McDaniel, Company's coming, and when we do, we want that pie. Well, hence the name Company's Coming Pie. When Jim Berry purchased the Cliff House, he was involved in tourism in Little Rock, and in 1972, Arkansas Tourism Committee or board started a tourism push called Company's Coming. And Jim Berry said, well, guys, I've got the pie. It's called Company's Coming, and I would love for you to use that pie in your ads, but you have to make it the official state pie of Arkansas. So Berry, being a very good marketer, and a lot of people know him, and he was a tremendous marketing person, had that approved by the legislature in Arkansas. And so when you go to Arkansas.com, you see Company's Coming Pie as the official state pie of Arkansas, which was started here at the Cliff House.
Well, that is just a cool story.
That is a cool story.
It is, and there are hundreds of stories like that here. All, you know, just one thing after another. It's just one of those kind of places where people come and they feel good about being here, and it's easy to make people feel good when they feel good when they get here. So we hear stories like this all the time, and everybody that is on the Cliff House through the years, Neil and Karen Heath, and Jim Berry before them, and Mr. and Miss McDaniel before them, and the McNutts before them, and Jim Carter and Joyce before them, has just done a special work here, and it's I kind of like to call it a work in progress. You know, we're never through. We're always adding on and doing things different. But each owner has added their own individual touch to really make it what it is today.
That's nice.
Well, if people were to ask what type of food you serve there, how would you answer that?
Well, we've got everything from a pinto plate, which is our fresh homemade pinto beans we make every day. Let me add, we don't do anything canned or prepared. We prepare everything here ourselves. We've got everything from a pinto plate to a center-cut filet prime beef. So our prices will range anywhere from $5.99 to $24.99 if you want to get a ribeye, prime beef ribeye with grilled shrimp, you know, things like that. We're from Louisiana, so we know a little bit about cooking.
I bet you do.
We've begun to make a New Orleans bread pudding, which is really good. Bread pudding in Louisiana is not raisins; it's peaches and pecans and a lot of bourbon, and it really does taste good.
The more bourbon, the better, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's about right.
Now, are you still getting a pretty good, healthy supply of motorcyclists coming through the area?
Dan, we are. Riders come through primarily on the weekends, even though we get a few. We've had a few today, but primarily on the weekends. And we'll get anywhere from 100 to 500 on the weekend, depending on what's going on in the area.
Okay.
Well, it's about 11:30 where you're at. I guess lunch is about ready to happen.
It is fixing to get going. Yes, sir.
Is it necessary at times to make reservations? Do you accept reservations, or you just come and hope, come?
Well, and the only time, what we encourage people to do, if you have a big group, like 18, 20, call us. But anything below that, we can work you in and out with no problem.
Okay.
All right. Well, Mike, thanks a lot.
I'm sorry you're not here with some food, because
Yeah.
we're hungry.
Well, invite me back next time, and I'll have somebody cook for me, and I'll cook some food and bring it to you.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, you shouldn't have said that because we'll hold you to your word.
Sounds great, Dan. I'm looking forward to it.
Mike, much success to you. You've been there 6 years, and I think you're here to stay. Sounds like you enjoy it.
We hope so. That's kind of up to the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Mike, thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
And get back in the kitchen.
Dan, appreciate you, and so good to talk to you again, and
Me
hope
too.
to see you soon.
All right, Mike.
All right,
thanks so
thanks.
much.
Great success. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was Mike McLaurin from the Cliff House Inn, and go see him.
He's a nice fella.
He's a good guy. I like him. 6 miles south of Jasper, and they're right there on the very tippy top of the road there. And you saw some of the. Actually, probably we'll play the ad right after this and give you some more views of what it looks like. Stop in. They've got great food, absolutely great food, and the prices are good. And great place to take your husband for an overnighter.
Yeah, that's what that was all running through my head.
Oh, you got it all running through your head.
I do.
We are going to take a break. I'm not sure where we're going to go. We had maybe one cancellation and someone didn't show up. Probably health reasons, I'm not sure. And then we're trying to get a hold of the blues guitarist, singer Anthony Gomes. Not sure where he's at. He may be on the road, so we may be, again,
It may just be us.
rained out on that one. So
yeah, we'll see.
We'll take a break. We'll be back in just a few minutes, and we'll see how we can continue the 726 show right here in Harrison, Arkansas. Stay with us.